Hi, this is Steve. Welcome back to Scale Model Kit Review. In my next video, I'll be building the Eaglemoss Back to the Future DeLorean. I am on issue 40. Now this begins the next pack that we received for this issue, and lots of exciting things happening here. As a matter of fact, we start working on the electronics with this, and I'm super excited about all the electronics that's going on with this. Center console and all that. So this is my favorite part, is electronics, the lighting, the wiring, and all that. So if you haven't done so already, head over to Eaglemoss and subscribe to this car today. It's fantastic. It's an iconic car, and a lot of people who have seen this thing in person are very impressed with it. So with that, let's get started on issue 40. Welcome back. Let's look at the magazine and building instructions for issue 40. And if you haven't done so already, head over to Eaglemoss and subscribe to this car today. The iconic Back to the Future DeLorean. Fantastic car here. So on the right there it shows us what parts are included with this. Lots of small parts. Looks like we're going to be assembling the clutch pedal, gas, and brake pedals, along with the wiring and switches for that. And very simple instructions here. I'll take you guys through this so you can understand how everything goes together. This is what I love the most, is the electronics. That's what I like building. So I look forward to this issue, definitely. And looks like we're going to use the floor pan that we received in the previous issue, I believe issue 39, and it'll look great. I look forward to this. This issue looks fun. And the first article is Biff's back. So they talk here about Tom Wilson and his when he came back in to play Biff Tannen's role. And nice little article there. And then we get into another article about Universal Studios backlot. So they get into that just briefly. And then we get a preview of what's coming in the next issue, issue 41, which is the center console. So let me get the parts out, we'll get a closer look, and I'll be right back. Here are the parts for issue 40. And everything's bagged separately here. I'll go ahead and remove these, and we'll get a closer look. It's kind of hard to see inside the bag, isn't it? I'll be right back. Here's a close-up of the parts. We received the little bit of the firewall back panel, which is going to house all our pedals, and that's made of plastic. With that, we received the clutch pedal, the gas pedal, and finally the brake pedal. The brake pedal has more of a curve to it. And then we also got a bracket, a small tab, 3 large tabs. Received a spring, a pin, a switch and wire assembly, and AP screws and BP screws. Let's get started. Steps 1 through 6, we install the brake pedal. And in order to do that, I recommend a high quality pair of non-magnetic tweezers, because most of the parts here are metal that are attached to the brake pedal. So the first thing they want us to do is install the brake pedal into the firewall, and make sure that you have your cutouts on top here when you're doing that, and we'll go ahead and do that here next. Simply take the brake pedal, and this is the larger pedal, has the larger angle to it, and it's simply going to go into the slot here. Once we got it in the slot, then we got to take that pin and put it through. Here's the pin. And it simply goes in just like that. And then we take it and move it down into the cavity there. There we go. And then we put our cover on. Let me flip this around so it's better seen. See how it's oriented like that with the solid part on the bottom? That's going to go right over the top. And cover it where those pins are. And we're going to put our AP screws in. One there. And this one right here. This cover will trap that pin in place. And that way we have movement of our brake pedal. Go. With that, we no longer need those tweezers. Now what they want us to do is to take and put the spring in place. Okay, next we'll put our spring in, and it's going to go onto the brake pedal and down to this hole right here. Okay, on the opposite end. Best to do it with your hand. Feed it through the hole. Just like that. Okay, that is full through that auto all the way. And I'm stretching the spring out a little bit up against that hole. And getting it started through the spring, through that hole. There it is. You can see how the spring moves and how our brake pedal moves. Okay, so that's real important that it actuates that way. Alright, now the next thing I want us to do is to put our clutch pedal in. And this is our clutch pedal here. It simply goes into the slot. It's keyed in to only go in one way. Just like that. And it also requires an AP screw on the back side. And I'll hold it. And there's our clutch pedal. And next they want us to do our accelerator pedal, or the gas pedal. The gas pedal looks like that. Same thing. It's going to go in on over here. Only goes in one way. And an AP screw for that also. And there it is. So the only one that moves is our brake pedal, obviously, because we want to have some brake lights. Next they want us to install the brake switch itself, so that has to be done on the back side here. And that brake switch is going to go in between this bar right here and that, and it's going to get screwed down right there with an AP screw. So, carefully feed that in between. Just like that. we will put our screw in to hold it down. Okay, once again. And just to make sure that our switch is in between still, it is. Continue to screw it down. And there you go. So if I actuate my pedal, it hits that switch. Take our wires, put it in between these two brackets. We'll put our small, shorter cover. Like that to hold it down. And we'll put our screw in. Which holds that cover down. And we take our floor panel from the previous issue and we're going to mount our pedals to the floor panel. And you can see they mount on these three tabs here, just like that. Flip it over. We're going to put in BP screws. These are larger screws. Put the first one in. The next two. And that's how that looks there. Looks good. Both sides. And lastly, we're going to feed our wires through the center part. AP screws once again. One bracket. Second bracket. And the last bracket. And there you have it. So we've finished installing our brake pedal and wiring with the switch. Fantastic. Fun build. Very fiddly, but a lot of fun. And that's all we do for issue 40. Had a blast doing this. So if you haven't done so already, head over to Eaglemoss and subscribe to this car today. You will not regret it. Also, look on my channel as I am building the GTR R35 and the Aston Martin DB5 and also the Ghostbusters Ecto 1. Happy modeling, everybody, and take care.